Hi everyone, this is Gail. I just want to do a very quick presentation for you on resumes. I want to chuck in a disclaimer here. There's an awful lot of that information online, but I just wanted to share some of the things I've learned over the last couple of years delivering this particular curriculum. So, first and foremost, I advocate that you get someone else to edit your resume, and if it's possible, get someone else to write your resume. And the reason I say that is I find my students really find it hard to self-promote. We're just not good at it. It's not a natural thing for us to do. It's much easier for me to write wonderful things about you than it is for you to write wonderful things about yourself. And so I make the offer that I'll write your resume for you, and honestly, that's my thing. That's what I do. I do it really well. If you're happy with your resume, but you're just not too sure about the formatting or the setting out, let me know. I'll have a look at that as well. Okay, that's fine. Happy to help. It's what I do. The other thing I wanted to point out is that your resume will always be a work in progress. It will always change. And trust me, in 6 months' time, you look at the resume you just wrote and you go, well, this is a bit, whatever. We change our mind. It has to update. It has to grow with time. Also understand that resumes need to be tailored to every job application. And that's an awful lot of work. So what I usually advocate for is you apply for all the jobs that are kind of somewhere in your wheelhouse, but you have 1 or 2 jobs a week that you really like. Put your energy into those job applications and tailor them, okay? Resumes tend to be quite formal. It's just the way of the business world, you know, it's how recruiters like to see them. It's easier to assess a range of different candidates if they're all using much the same format. And having said that, you can format it nicely, as I've done here in this example, where basically it's just easy on the eye. Lots of white paper, it makes sense, it's all set out. There's no underlining, guys. We don't underline. We use italics and we use bold. Underlining is the universal thing for hyperlink text, so we don't use underlining anymore. If you're applying for a job in the creative industry, you'll see more creative resumes. And so that can include photos, images, colour. You've got this example here, I just grabbed it off of Google Images, guys. Matt Pringle is applying for a job in marketing. So he's used an infographic. It's fine, it's clever, it's fine. This one I don't like, but she's put her heart and soul into it. Once again, the applicant is looking for a job in, I think, graphic design. It's too busy, it wouldn't work for me. Now, this is one of my students, Alana. So we had the standard traditional resume, and what we did is we just used colour. So we used orange in this instance. Be careful with colour. Orange is great. It's the universal colour of, there's a word for it. It's gone. I've lost it. Doesn't matter. Orange is fine. Blue is the preference. You know, most business worlds love blue. Don't use red, obviously, for a lot of really good reasons. And pink and purple, obviously, don't use as well. Alana, in this instance, also uploaded her own individual design. We used it as her logo. This is one that is a real bugbear for me, but I don't know how many times I've come across a file, which is the saved resume, and it's got the words "my resume" on it. Now, you need to save that file with your name. And, you know, you can have several different names, several different files, several different industries, all that, that's fine. But what that means is, when you upload it, it's got, I know your name's not John Smith, but you've got John Smith, resume, gardening. John Smith, resume, automotive, okay? It's just a file name thing. It's just easier for you if you do it that way. This is an example of what not to do. Stephen, I've changed the name, obviously. But this is an actual resume that one of my students had. First and foremost, I don't really know what these boxes were doing. It didn't make sense. It just looked odd to me. It went over 2 pages, which is always a mistake, especially in this instance, because this particular young person didn't have any experience really to speak of. And it just looked like he was trying to fill the page. So put it on 1 page. If you've got a lot of experience, do 2 pages. If you're printing it and sending it off, print it double-sided so they don't lose the 2nd page. Nobody likes staples anymore, guys, because they jam the photocopier. Leave off the staples, all right? Your career objective is the first thing you see, and it sits on, think of a landing page on a website. It's the very first paragraph. It's the top of the page, okay? It's the first thing you see. So just to sort of zoom in, you've got the same resume with Stephen. First, that's the other thing. Please don't put your mobile number as one great big block of numbers. Break it up so that, people like me don't get irritated. Here we've got the career objective. To read it out to you, Stephen's got, as a young individual with a desire to succeed, I believe my friendly and polite personality, as well as work ethic, will be an asset in your business. Now, that screams to me generic. It's just, look, I'm young and I want to fit in, I guess. It's just too generic. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't say anything. Likewise, too, his personal qualities, the only thing that's really useful for me is mechanically minded. Able to work as an effective team member? Yeah, maybe. Able to perform tasks as instructor means you have to be told what to do. The rest of it's just kind of redundant. The other thing I'd leave out would be this one down the bottom. Under when he worked for Supreme Auto Repairs, one of his jobs was colleague interaction. No, you don't need that one. That's not a job. That's what you do, all right? So this is Stephen's resume after I got a hold of it. And as you can see, much more formal. Excuse me. I took out all of the other stuff. There's a paragraph there about the youth jobs path, not relevant for you guys. I should have taken it out. I just didn't get around to it. Sorry, guys. But we do introduce things like has a friendly and polite personality, strong work ethic. He's looking for work in automotive, particularly in tyre fitting, suspension, and detailing, because in automotive, that's where you start in the field, generally, unless you've got qualifications. It goes on to talk about all the other things that he has done, and it just sort of breaks down exactly what he did. So, Supreme Auto Repairs, he worked on boats, trailers, tractors, and cars. He also worked on caravans and minivans. He did cleaning and customer service. Got it. I know what you're talking about now. That makes sense, all right? All makes sense. Okay, so in summary, to summarise, your resume is generally a conservative document. It needs to look clean on the page. Not too fancy, not too bold, just nicely set out, no mistakes, all right? It's a living document. It'll continually improve. Chances are, in 6 months' time, you look back at it and not like it. It'll just continually improve. The top half of the page is the critical bit. Use their language wherever you can. Whatever it is they're saying, use that language because that will resonate with them. Include referees. If you've got references will be made on request, that basically means you can't find anyone to say anything nice about you. So use me. Put me down as a referee. I'm happy to do it. I'm good at it too. Check your referees, especially after an interview, because if it goes well at the interview, the first thing they're going to do is do a reference check. All right. Make sure that they know it's coming. Formatting is important. Like I said, you need a lot of white paper. Check for typos, obviously. I include, wherever I can, a header and a footer with your name and mobile number. Especially recruiters, it's quicker. It's easier for them. Save it as a PDF. A PDF stands for Portable Document Format. So no matter what they're running, they can see it. They can read it. Okay. Save it as your name resume, not my resume, as we said before. Have a couple of different versions saved by industry. So that's it. All good. Thanks, guys. Any questions? No? That's good. See you on the next slide. Thanks a lot.